This is probably going to be a tougher one from you, being a music guy, but a favorite band or musician?
Oh Jesus, yeah, it is. It is because I'm like I don't listen. Like if you listen to my radio show on CIUT, the music one, Dr. Mouse Rock and Roll Lunch Party, Tuesdays at noon. Check it out. I'm playing everything. I'm playing punk. I'm playing funk. I'm playing rock. I'm playing blues. I'm playing jazz. I'm playing garage rock. I'm playing psychedelic. I'm playing everything. Right. My taste in music is really diverse. So it's really hard for me to pick. But I would say for band, it's Motorhead because I just think I do really think they're the greatest rock and roll band ever. Real integrity, never let you down, always great shows live, and Lemmy, just one of the great characters in rock and roll history. And the other one for like a certain musician, Frank Zappa. I think, again, Frank Zappa. Here's a guy that passed away at 53 and probably did more than 10 guys in one career. Like, they are still pulling stuff out of Frank Zappa's vault that he recorded and never finished or never released. Like, it's insane. We're 20 years past his death in 93, and they're still pulling stuff out of the vault. And he's a guy, he liked different things. He did rock stuff. He did classical music. He did avant-garde. He was into, Cage and Stockhausen and all those guys. And so just really a really great and a really bright thinking man. Like I've seen a couple interviews online that he did in the 70s, and it's basically talking about what it's like right now. Like the guy was really smart. It's a shame that he passed away so young because he was really talented. But I would say those are the two. I mean, there's tons of others too, right? Like, right. Yeah, it would take me forever. We could do a whole show on that.
You've got a whole lunch party. You do have a whole show based on that.
Yeah, exactly. The other one too, I should mention as well, just because one of the members unfortunately just passed away last week, and that's the Sadies, who I consider one of the best Canadian bands ever. Just such a great, talented band. This amazing mix of like psychedelic and country, and they just created their own sound. They started in a certain kind of way, and they've just created their own thing. And it was so sad to see Dallas Good, who was pretty well the main architect of the band, wrote most of the tunes, singer, guitar player. He passed away at 49 years old. They found some heart thing at the last minute, and it's really unfortunate. But they're another band where I think you should check them out. They're like fantastic.
Biggest thrill in life?
I don't know. I guess meeting Lemmy, meeting Flair. I always wanted to see Frank Zappa, and I never got to see Frank Zappa live, so that's one of my disappointments. But yeah, I mean, geez, thrill. I mean, I've done 20 years on the law with a pretty great thrill. So
right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Favorite sport besides wrestling?
I used to really love Formula One, but then there was that whole era where Michael Schumacher was driving for Ferrari, and they just won every race, and it got to be so boring that I stopped watching it. Now, I'm kind of getting back into it, though, because lately now it's gotten competitive again. And like this past year, the championship went down to the very last race, and the two drivers in the lead, I think there was like a point between them or something. Like, it was nuts with Hamilton and Verstappen. And I'm like, okay, so I think when the new season starts, which is any time now, it usually starts in March, I think I might start watching Formula One again. But like, that's it. Oh, and I watch UFC, but I don't watch it religiously. I don't
Not
watch
regularly
every
anymore.
show or anything like that. So really, outside of wrestling, sports is not really a thing for me, man.
Do you have a favorite athlete?
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, he qualifies.
John Moxley, CM Punk. I mean, it would be those guys. I mean, again, I just don't follow the other stuff that well. I really don't know.
Favorite TV show?
Oh, man. Well, again, because I work in TV, I tend to come home and not put the TV on. I tend to put the tunes on.
Right.
Favorite TV show? Well, I'll tell you, because it's still good, 25 years in, South Park. South Park to me is fabulous, and in fact, the last 10 years have been better than the first 10 years. The show is leaps and bounds past what it first started as. It's really clever. It's super fun. Great satire. Makes me laugh out loud. I really dig that. Last week tonight with John Oliver, I'm a big fan of his show. I just love the stories that he does and his perspective on the world events and that. I love that. Other than that, I mean, there's sporadic things that come and go. I really enjoyed Loki. I really enjoyed, what was the Scarlet Witch Vision one? What was it called?
The WandaVision?
Yeah, WandaVision was fantastic. I enjoyed The Boys. I thought The Boys was good. I look forward to the next season of that. Next season of Loki, too. I just watched Peacemaker.
Yeah, that was really good.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some cliche characters like the hard-edged girl that eventually softens and starts to like Cena and stuff like that. But overall, I thought it was okay. I enjoyed the first season of that. But the ones, I guess, on a regular basis would be South Park, John Oliver. I still watch Saturday Night Live every week, if it's a new one.
Yeah, same here.
That's probably, I mean, I've always, I mean, a lot of the shows that I like are, 40, 50 years old, like Green Acres or Sanford and Son. I've always been more of a movie and documentaries. Like, I love watching documentaries. I'll watch documentaries on musicians or people I'm not even really that interested in, just to see the story, So I like a lot of stuff like that. I'm not a big TV drama guy. Like, I'm not watching NCSI or whatever.
Right.
The Doctor or whatever, that kind of... There's way too many hospital dramas on TV right now.
100%.
So not that kind of stuff, really. I'm not really like a series kind of guy anymore.
What are some of your hobbies?
Well, the music. I have my band, my surf band. Unfortunately, we haven't really been able to play much the last 2 years. But my band, the Cliff Divers, that's a great hobby. That's lots of fun. And it's always so much fun playing with the other surf bands and that. There's a real good group of surf bands right here in Toronto that I always have fun playing with. So that's one of the hobbies. Outside of that, I mean, I like bike riding. That's probably it. I love to read. I'm a really avid reader. I don't know if reading's considered a hobby now.
Yeah, 100%.
I have at least 3 books on the go all the time. I'm reading one right now about film noir.
Okay.
Those old movies from the 40s and 50s. I'm reading one on Ava Gardner, the actress, which is pretty awesome. I just scored one on Lou Reed that I'm going to start reading. I just finished the one on the band Anvil, which was totally fun. So I tend to read. Again, I would probably pick up a book before I might turn on the TV,
Yeah.
I do love, and wrestling, obviously, when we had that run with wrestling books, there was a great run there for a long time, where we were just getting all these amazing books all the time. That's kind of fallen off.
Yeah, same with the DVD collection. Actually, the WWE has discontinued that, but they had to put out some really good ones back in the day.
Yeah, well, exactly, right. Oh, I have all the old school ones, right? Like all the Flair and Dusty and any of those old ones, Mr. Perfect. They would do a retrospect on someone. Yeah, I have all of those. Yeah, those are fun to pull out every once in a while. Just watch some old matches and stuff. Favorite
fast food?
Well, if we're talking burgers, my favorite of the fast food burgers is Harvey's. I don't know why. There's something about the taste of theirs that none of the others have that I really like. I do get a craving every once in a while for a Big Mac, but I treat it like a chocolate bar. I don't think of it as a meal.
Right.
It's like you're having
it's
a
snack.
Bar or something. And I mean, I love pizza. I mean, I've always been a big pizza person. Like Jay, I love pizza.
Favorite? Do you have a favorite? I don't know if you're into video games, but do you have a favorite one?
No. You know what, Blaine? Video games when I was a teenager was like Pong.
Oh, okay.
No. And it's never really captivated me. Even the wrestling ones, I've never really been that interested in playing. I just think I think I'm just older and I kind of miss that. I miss that, right? That kind of stuff happened after I was already a certain age, and I just never, although I know guys my own age that are huge video game junkies. I have a buddy that gets together every Sunday and plays online against other people for like 5-6 hours at a time, and he's older than I am.
Wow.
But me, no video games for me, sorry.
Favorite cartoon character?
Honestly, well, I always loved the 60s Spider-Man cartoon. Thought that was the best. I think it's still better than most of the movies. And I think Roger Ramjet is my favorite cartoon character. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It was from the 60s.
Okay.
And it was a really great parody of superheroes. And because the cartoon was really low budget and they had no money for the animation, they had to write the cartoons really clever. And you watch them even now, and it's amazing how clever they are. Like, there's political references, there's all kinds of social commentary, and it's just got this real nice absurdist bent to it, too. Because they don't have any money to do the animation, so it's all the voice work and the writing. And to me, they hold up amazingly well. They still make me laugh out loud. So I would say her favorite cartoon character would be Roger Ramjet, I would say.
Was that the name of the series, or is that just the character?
Yeah, it was just called Roger Ramjet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll have to seek that out.
It wasn't really, well, I don't know, because even I was too young at the time when they first aired, but they're just short little 5-minute cartoons. Like, they're very short. That's the other thing about them that's so great, is they're really quick. Like, everything's so fast-paced in them that it's over before you know it. But there's some online. You can find some online and stuff like that. There's lots of them out there.
Who's your favorite actor?
Wow, that's hard, too. Yeah, again, it's going to be old school guys. It's going to be Burt Lancaster, Robert Mitchum. Yeah, those are the guys for me, like the old school. There's no one really nowadays that really I like. Wow, I got to see his movie. I don't know if I can even think of anybody modern that I really dig that much. I'm old school. Edward G. Robinson, James Cagney, those type of guys, because those were the movies that were on TV when I was a little kid.
Right.
Late at night on the weekend, CBC would always show the old 40s and 50s gangster movies. So, Burt Lancaster and all that kind of, Kirk Douglas, all that kind of stuff. So, James Coburn, Lee Marvin, like Charles Bronson, most of the old school guys, right?
Sure. Do you have a favorite actress as well?
Favorite actress? Wow. Well, at the moment it's Ava Gardner, but that's probably because I'm reading a book about her. Favorite actress? Wow. There's so many good ones. I don't know who my favorite would be. Just trying to think. So again, there's some older ones. Again, from the 40s, like Lisbeth Scott, you've probably never heard of her. Ida Lupino, who was an actress who ended up becoming a director.
Sure.
It's hard. I'm not really a movie person, like modern stuff. Like I said, it's mostly the superhero movies, and I constantly get disappointed by them. So I think I'm gonna. I didn't see the most recent Spider-Man, and
I have not. No.
In the new Batman one at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's too many of them.
Well, Batman, how many times do we need to do it?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, they even just did an incarnation like a few years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite food? So not like fast food, but like I guess home cooked.
Wow. Again, my partner Katie is an amazing chef. She does a wicked pad thai that I love. Okay. She also does a wicked shepherd's pie that I love. Lasagna. She does a wicked lasagna. I think it might be lasagna. I just love lasagna. I don't know. It's such a simple thing. I love it. Stuff like that, enchiladas, burritos. But yeah, make them at home, not fast food versions, but making them at home. Yeah, I'll go with lasagna.
Hidden talent.
I don't know. I don't
Sure.
know if I have any hidden talents. I think they're all out on display, Blaine.
That's what I like about you, Mouth. And of course, the probably the most challenging one of the bunch, other than the music one, favorite movie.
It is. Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. I like this movie so much. I have the movie poster framed
Okay.
in my house. I have a copy of it on Beta, VHS, DVD, and Laserdisc.
Oh, wow.
And it's with the man I just mentioned, Burt Lancaster.
Okay.
And it's from 1968, and it's called The Swimmer.
Oh,
And
right, yeah. I remember you mentioning that.
It's an amazing movie. It's an amazing movie. It is one of the few movies where watching it more and more, you get more and more out of it. Because in the original movie, you're never told anything directly. And you're guessing a lot of the time, trying to figure out what's going on. And it's basically a Burt Lancaster showcase. He's the lead. He's the main character. And it's about a guy swimming through his neighborhood, pool to pool, to get to his own house. Mm-hmm. And as we get to each house, we learn more and more about him. And as we get closer and closer to his house,
right,
it gets more and more tragic. It's great. Like, the first time I watched it, I was like totally blown away. It's not like a movie. It's really neat movie. Mm-hmm. And I watched it, and I'm like, then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, this character is hinting at this, and this person gave him a sly look here. And
Mm-hmm.
it's such a great, well-crafted movie. It didn't have a big budget. Burt Lancaster actually took a cut and pay because he liked the script so much. Mm-hmm. And it was based on a story by John Cheever that was, I think, called The Swimmer. But it's great. I can't recommend it high enough. I think it's awesome.